Good afternoon, everybody. So, the snow event for today has largely concluded. How much snow did you get? I just came in from shoveling the driveway, so I'm that ever interesting mix of warm and cold at the same time. But yeah, how much did you get? We probably had about 1.5 inches out there. So I'd say that forecast went pretty well. But anyway, leave a comment down below how much you got, and we will move on. Give me a moment. My cat is interrupting a bit. Okay, now that my furry friend is off having fun wherever he's gone off to, let's start where we usually start. The upper atmospheric chart, 500 millibar level, and again, not too much has changed, although that large trough is starting to move more off to the east, and off to the west here, we're starting to see a feature called a ridge move in, and that's basically just the opposite of a trough, and it is, an indicator of an area of high pressure, and that center, that high pressure center is going to be just off the coast of California, a bit to the south and to the west. Man, I'm really saying a lot. I need to stop doing that. But that's what it looks like. And just as we had for our system today, or more accurately this morning, we're going to see another little shortwave mini trough develop right on the northern tip of the Minnesota border here. And that is going to occur tomorrow night and into Tuesday. And that will move down into the Michigan area. Thankfully for us, or unthankfully if you really like snow, it seems like the worst or the most significant impacts are going to be to our north here in the Lansing area. We may get another inch or two from this system, but most of the heavy accumulations will be north of us. Again, it's going to be something we have to keep an eye on, and I do believe that this may be another morning system. Turns out that's going to be a theme this week, because spoiler alert for a future video, there's going to be another system behind this one. That one, I feel like we're going to have to watch a little more closely for some heavier accumulations, but that's what I have for now. Taking a look at temperatures, we should have a high today, kind of just under, between 25 and 30 degrees. And we should experience that high probably in the next, actually pretty much right about now. So I guess go outside and enjoy it if you, well, because bad news for tonight. It's gonna get cold, really cold. I guess more or less Monday morning actually. It's gonna get really cold. We're looking at a high of around 5 degrees. And of course, there is going to be a little bit of wind too, not crazy. In fact, let's actually take a look at that. Oh, the wind is actually supposed to be relatively calm, so that is going to be a plus. The wind chill should not be very significant. Even still, it's going to be cold. If you go outside, bundle up. Not going to be fun. Excuse me, I got a hiccup there. More of them. So it's going to be cold. If you like the cold, yay. But if you're like me and you don't like the cold, bundle up. Might be a nice time to get a fire going, you know? Just don't set your house on fire. That would be bad. Now we're looking at a high for tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be in the low 20s. So that is definitely going to be a step down from the high today. And then can't quite get a full picture for the low tomorrow night and into Tuesday morning, but it does look like it's going to be in the upper teens. Maybe mid to upper teens. So warmer than tonight is going to be, but definitely still pretty chilly. Now let's take another look at that wind. We may see some wind move into the area This afternoon, gusts maybe 15 miles per hour or so, nothing major, and then it should calm down. And then we should have more wind moving back into the area tomorrow night into Tuesday morning. And again, can't go quite far out enough to see just how significant that's going to get, but I'm going to imagine that it is going to get up there a bit. We may see sustained winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusts likely higher. So do keep that in mind. Now that we've pretty much finished our forecast for our typical forecast period, I think it might actually be fun to kind of take a look at some of the systems in the future. So this is the GFS. It is a long-range model. Let me actually zoom in regionally here. And if we move out to about, yeah, here's the Tuesday system. Again, this is going to be Tuesday morning largely. I mean, it is going to probably be some snow through much of the day Tuesday, but it should be cleared out by Tuesday evening, really mid-afternoon. So again, largely it seems like this is going to be a problem mainly north of us, but we could get a little bit of snow from this system. But after that system, another one comes in right behind it on Wednesday, and again, this looks like it is going to be a morning problem. The other thing that I notice about this is that we are going to be near the rain-snow line, which means the temperature is probably going to be, in fact, at some point it looks like it is actually supposed to transition to rain and then back to snow. So we're probably not going to be that much above freezing. Let me just actually take a quick look. Wow, that is freezing, literally freezing. So unfortunately, that means this is probably going to be some pretty wet, heavy snow. Actually, let me take a look at the dew point temperatures. And that is going to be Wednesday. Yeah, dew point temperatures. Unfortunately, that looks like it is going to be, I don't know why I had to look at that. The other chart literally showed me that the dew point was the same as the temperature. So yeah, this is probably going to be a pretty wet, heavy snow event on Wednesday. So if you love shoveling wet, heavy snow, congratulations. If you're like most of us, yeah. It's not wise to just look at one model and take that for gospel, though, so let's take another look at a different model. This is the NAM. It's kind of a mid-range model, and let's move forward in time here. This is Tuesday's system, so it actually shows a less significant system on Tuesday, which really doesn't even affect us at all. And then here comes Wednesday system. Wednesday? What am I saying? And it does show us getting a decent amount of snow, but also transitioning to rain maybe earlier on and maybe some heavier rain. And then it also shows that back to snow transition. And we could also take a look at the Euro. I have to step back, different run. So this is actually this morning's system. And then it shows Tuesday's system here. Again, this actually isn't too different from the NAM. And then Wednesday's system comes in, and it actually is more of a rain-heavy event, at least according to the Euro. So there is a chance that we may actually miss out on the snow. Let's see if maybe earlier runs of the GFS are different. Yeah, this is an earlier run. Oh yeah, that one does have us closer to the rain-snow line. Let's see, maybe an earlier run of the NAM. Okay, so there are definitely questions about the evolution of the storm on Wednesday. So that is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on as the event gets closer. We may be more on the snow-heavy side. We may be more on the rain-heavy side. It all depends on where that rain-snow line ends up. And unfortunately, that can actually be pretty difficult to forecast. Excuse me, another hiccup. But that is where I'm going to leave it off for today. Hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you tomorrow.